Hey, what's going on, everyone? Entering Infinity here. Today I'm back with a brand new episode of our Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Nuzlocke, where we're about to take on Big Bertha herself. Let's jump into it. Alright, so in this episode we're going to be taking on the second Elite Four member, the Ground-type Master Bertha. In the last episode we defeated Aaron, the Bug Master, in a pretty straightforward battle, and I'm hoping this battle will be just as easy, so if all goes according to my plan, that'll be the case. So as with last episode, in the first half I'm going to be discussing the battle strategy and how I came up with it. We're going to talk numbers and all the details of how we're going to go about doing this. If you want to skip straight to the battle, I'm going to put the timestamp in the description below so you can go right ahead and jump right to that battle. So in this one, as I mentioned, Bertha is the master of ground-type Pokemon. To lead off, she has a Quagsire, a Sudowoodo, a Golem, a Whiscash, and a Hippowdon. So when I do these battles, again, my goal is to make it through without using any potions, hopefully, and not losing a single member of my team. So that means that I'm going to be sweeping with a certain member of my team in each battle. And what's great is everyone on my team will have their time to shine, with the exception possibly of Sabrina the Alakazam. She's kind of there as my last resort. So the first question I always ask myself is, who is the best sweeper on my team to deal with my current opponent? So if we look at Bertha's team, she has all ground-type Pokemon. All of her Pokemon are weak to grass-type, with 3 of them actually being 4 times weak to grass. So the clear and obvious answer is to use a grass-type Pokemon, which in our case is Rosie the Roserade. So now that we know who our sweeper is going to be, now we have to see, okay, what is the fastest Pokemon on her team, and do we outspeed them? So looking at her team, we see that, based on the numbers I have on the screen, Golem is the fastest Pokemon she has, which reaches 111 speed, and our Rosie the Roserade outspeeds that by far. So now we don't have to worry about her outspeeding any of my Pokemon, let alone Rosie, who's going to be doing the sweeping. So the next question I ask myself is, can my Grass-type move one-hit KO all the Pokemon on her team? So in this case, our Grass-type move is Giga Drain. So when we look at her team, we have 3 concerns. The first concern is Golem, because Golem has the ability Sturdy, which means it can get one-shot. So that's the first problem. The second problem is that she has a Whiscash that's holding a Rindo Berry, and a Rindo Berry reduces the damage from a super effective grass-type attack. So since our Rosie unfortunately has a negative special attack nature, our Giga Drain will actually not be able to kill through the Rindo Berry, guaranteed. It's actually, I believe, a 69% chance for it to one-hit KO, and I don't want to leave it up to chance and a damage roll in case it doesn't go in my favor. The third problem we have is her ace Pokemon, Hippowdon, who just has enough natural bulk to live a Giga Drain. So the problems that we have to solve for here is, 1, how do we break Golem sturdy so that we can one-shot it? And 2, how do we make our Giga Drain powerful enough to one-shot it? So this is a solution that I came up with. So the first solution to get rid of Golem sturdy is to set up Stealth Rock with Lorenzo the Garchomp. And you might be asking, Infinity, why aren't you just gonna, put Toxic Spikes on your Roserade and do that? Well, the reason why I'm not doing that is because the poison from Toxic Spike doesn't kick in until after the turn is over, which means I would have to take a hit that I don't want to take. And by doing Stealth Rocks, that damage hits as soon as the Golem will get switched in, meaning I could kill it before it could even release an attack. So that solves our first problem. So in order to solve for my other problem of needing to one-shot the Whiscash with the Rindo Berry and the Hippowdon is by getting to +1 special attack, and that is by setting up with the move Growth. So that is why I taught her Growth, and I will be setting up. So now, by getting to +1 and doing the damage calcs, I know that I'm able to one-shot everything on her team with no problem. So that solves all of our initial problems. So now, we have to figure out, how do we get up Stealth Rock safely? And also, how do I get Rosie the Roserade in safely after I set up the Stealth Rocks? So, looking at what her lead Pokemon is a bulky Quagsire that's meant to Toxic Stall. So I came up with a strategy to kind of get around that. So my strategy for that is to put a Pekka Berry on Lorenzo the Garchomp. And you might be asking, Infinity, why are you going to put a Pekka Berry on the Garchomp if you're just going to switch it out anyway. I'll tell you why. The reason is because on turn 1, he's going to probably click Toxic, which will then get healed by the Pekka Berry and allows us to get up to Stealth Rock. Now, turn 2, the Quagsire will see that we're not poisoned still and will try to go for another Toxic, at which point we will be switching out Lorenzo and switching in Rosie. And since we're switching in a Poison-type Pokemon are immune to Toxic, so she's going to be able to come in for free without taking any damage if all goes to plan. Now that Rosie's in for free, now we have to now click Growth one time, and doing the damage calc, since this is a defensive Quagsire, we don't have to worry about it one-hit KOing us, even under the worst case scenario of a critical hit Earthquake. It cannot one-shot us, so that allows us to click Growth safely one time. Now that we have our Growth up, now we can just easily click Giga Drain, which will guaranteed one-shot everything on her team, and also in the process heal back all of our health. So that is a strategy I came up with. I think it's pretty foolproof because it seems like this Quagsire is pretty much programmed to Toxic everything it possibly can, and I think I came up with the perfect strategy to handle that. So I'm hoping all goes to plan and we should be sweeping through her team hopefully as quickly as Harambe swept through Aaron, and we could just call it a day and move on to our next battle. So I hope you found this part interesting, and now let's jump into the battle. Alright, so we're ready to go ahead and head to the next room and take on Bertha. Again, if you skipped the original part of my battle, this is the team that we're going to be going in with. It's Lorenzo with the Pekka Berry, Rosie with the Rose Incense, Harambe with the Fist Plate, Sabrina with the Mind Plate, and Gia with the Sea Incense, and Joy with the Lucky Egg, just to pick up some passive experience because she won't be used. And if all goes to plan, only Rosie and Lorenzo will be participating in this battle. So let's go ahead and move on to Bertha's room. Alright. We got this. Alright, let's do this. Well. You're quite the adorable trainer, but you've also got a spine. I'm Bertha. I have a preference for ground-type Pokemon. Well, would you show this old lady how much you've learned? Alright, Big Bertha. Here we go. Sorry to have to do this to you, but prepare to get wrecked. Look at her door behind her. That's so cool. Alright. I love that. It said Lorenzo looked back and nodded in understanding. So Lorenzo gets the plan. We got this, guys. Alright, turn 1, we set up rocks. Now I'm expecting it to click Toxic. Beautiful. Exactly what we wanted. So we have the Pekka Berry for this very reason. So now we're going to heal off this poison. Beautiful. Okay. So now that Bertha sees that we're not poisoned, I'm expecting her to try to click Toxic again. Now this lets us get a free switch into Rosie because Rosie is immune to Toxic since she is a poison type. So as long as she clicks Toxic right now, we're good. Beautiful. Awesome. Couldn't ask for a better start. Alright, now the last piece of the plan is we have to click Growth one time. And again, even if she gets a critical hit Earthquake, which is the worst case scenario, we are guaranteed to live that, so I'm not worried about it. Which that actually looks like a critical hit. Yeah. So good thing I calc for that. But the good news is Giga Drain will heal us all the way back as we completely wreck her team. So time to sweep. Let's go with Giga Drain. See you later. One down. That's it, Rosie. I knew you could do it. Exactly. And look, we heal almost all the way back. Okay, great. Now she goes Whiscash, which is fine. She probably does that because she knows she's holding a Rindo Berry, but that's not going to help her because now we are strong enough to power through it. So we're going to once again Giga Drain. Right, that procs the Rindo Berry, but sorry, that's not going to be enough, Bertha. And now we heal all the way back. Not that we need it, because we're just going to hopefully one-shot everything else on her team. Assuming I didn't screw up the calcs, and we'll be good to go. Alright, now she sends out Sudowoodo. It's fine, not worried about it. It's going to take some rocks damage, and it's about to take some Giga Drain damage, so let her rip, Rosie. Bam. Don't you just love when things go according to plan? I know I do. And Joy hits 66. Oh good, she only gets 1 speed stat increase. So I really want to stay at 104 speed going into the fight with Lucian, because that means we'll outspeed the Giraffe Rig under Trick Room, but that's for another video, so I digress. Just happy to see that. Alright, so now Golem comes out, it's going to take the rocks damage, now it's sturdy, will not activate, and now we can one-shot it with a Giga Drain, so let's go ahead and do that. Beautiful. Rest in peace, Bilbo. Brings me back to the good old days until Volkner murdered him. Alright, so we're finally at the Hibaudon. And it's going to take a little bit of Rock Chip. And it's going to set up Sandstream, which actually doesn't help it because it's not even a rock type, so it doesn't boost its special defense. And Giga Drain should now be a guaranteed 1-hit KO. Even if there was no rocks damage. Beautiful. Let's go, Rosie! Let's go! Woo! Love to see it. Love to see it. All my planning paid off. I couldn't have asked for a better battle. And Harambe and Rosie hit 66. That's interesting. I'm really curious what level my team members are going to be by the time we get there. Well, dear child, I must say, that was most impressive. Your Pokemon believed in you and did their best to earn you the win. Even though I've lost, I find myself with this silly grin. And she hands over 7,000 yen for our troubles. You're quite something, youngster. I like how you and your Pokemon earned the win by working as one. That's what makes you so strong. I think that you can go as far as you want. Alright, so happy everything went according to plan. It only gets harder from here. So if you stayed till the end, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed the video, and do me a huge favor, hit that like button, leave me a comment down below, let me know what you thought of the episode, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll catch you all in the next one.